Hello everyone, this is Lisa from Power Wheelchairs for Success. And for today we're going to review 10 frustrations that we have when we are using a wheelchair, power or manual. So I'm going to go through these 10. I'm going to give some tips, some suggestions, but your situation could be unique. And so for every frustration, there are solutions. So I will put them out here, but you might have or might need to seek a different solution than what I suggest here. So here we go. The first one I have is always making sure there are accessible bathrooms wherever you go. That is one of my pet peeves. But one of the things is that there are some apps, which I will post down below in the description, that you can use to check to see if a facility that you're going to has accessible bathrooms. So that's important. Here in the United States, for the most part, institutions or organizations or the place you're going to visit, usually they have accessible bathrooms, but not always, not 100%. So we need to check. So before we leave the house. Anyhow, that's a little bit of a frustration for me. Comments people make. There are strange and odd comments that people make. Oh, I'm so sorry, that you're in this situation, or excuse me, and they try to climb around you, because they want to get through, or, they just feel so sorry, or ask, what's wrong with you? What happened to you? Sometimes it's none of their business, but but we need to have a repertoire of how to answer to those things in a polite, patient way. And everybody has their own style, so you can do it in a kind of a joking way so they feel more comfortable. You can just say, repeat the question back to them, what happened to you? So, in a joking way, so they feel a little bit more relaxed with you. If we do it in an angry way, then, perhaps they will never get into or be open to understanding people with disabilities. So we have to do it with some tact. Seeking accessible venues, anytime you're going to go out, you have to make sure that you have some access to that venue, whether it's a side door or the main door. But again, I will post down below some apps that are available. And I think there are some reviews of venues that you can put in the app itself. So that helps the rest of us. So apps, very important. Hard time getting through stores that are very tight spaced. So sometimes the stores have their clothing or their aisles are very tight, and the store is really crammed. So those stores, I kind of avoid them. But I think they're trying to get better in terms of making aisles wide enough for us to get through, and for another person, at least two people, at least a wheelchair and another person. So I think they're getting better on that. But sometimes, like Walmart and Kmart's, sometimes they're really chock full and just really too crammed to get through with a wheelchair. Construction on sidewalks. I hate this because then we have to get down and go around the construction, and sometimes that can put us in danger. So sometimes a call to the city to make sure that project, gets done as soon as possible, because it's blocking pedestrians from getting around, and it's blocking us from getting through in a safe manner. So if you have to call the city, call them. We need to be safe. So wanting to visit friends and family, but the home is not accessible. So this is common because homes are usually not built to be accessible. So you do have to figure out how you're going to get in. what is a good door to go through, and sometimes you won't be able to. So sometimes we have to reverse the invite for them to come to you instead of you going to them. So that might happen in your life off and on. People trying to over help you. Oh, yes. This has happened to me a few times. I had a woman who, and I've told this story in other videos, came running up to me because she wanted to push my wheelchair. I use a power wheelchair. You can't push them unless you disengage the motor, but I assured her that I was fine. I could wheel myself. So sometimes people will, for people with manual wheelchairs especially, and you just have to educate them or put a sign behind your wheelchair saying, please don't push me and please don't move my wheelchair. Just don't touch. So, and this could happen, if you're in the way of somebody and they think they can't talk to you, you're also deaf, that they're going to just move you, without asking. So that can be shrewd and rude. So some people have a sign behind their wheelchair that says, do not touch wheelchair, speak to the person in the wheelchair, so they have some kind of cute saying or sign in the back. So people don't do that to them because it's just not appropriate. So that's a suggestion, and you might have other suggestions on how to work that through. Okay, number 8. Number 9. People talking for you or over you. So sometimes when you're at the doctor will talk to the person who is with you, but they won't talk to you. Or sometimes you're going to the movies or whatever, and somebody comes to talk to your little group, and they're talking to everybody, but not you. You're not included because you're the one in the wheelchair. So, it's like, what's up with that? So a lot of times I just jump in and just put in my 5 cents so they know that I can talk, I can see, I can hear, I'm a normal person. I'm just using a tool, which is a wheelchair, and I'm shorter than they are, but I need to be included. So that will happen often, and just jump in and say hi and shake their hand and make sure that they know that you're alive, basically. So doors. Oh, doors are so frustrating. And I'll put a picture of what I did for my bedroom door. Doors are a little hard for us to open, and we need to practice. Manual wheelchairs will have their skills on how they open doors, especially the swinging doors. And then just normal doors, we need to open them and then go back a little bit and then open it again. And so it takes practice and a lot of patience to open a door. That said, sometimes even closing a door is more frustrating. So I will post a picture down in the description or somewhere so that you can see, and maybe over there or over there in the video, I'll post a picture so you can see it, of what I did to my bedroom door so that I can open it, go through it, and then I can close it without sweating too much. So there are solutions for that, and I'm sure in your home you could do the same. That will help. So out of reach items. This can be very frustrating, especially if nobody's around to help you. What I've done here in the home is I've lowered things. They've arranged my closet in which they did a really cool thing, and I'll try to get a picture of it and post it somewhere up there. They put their long hooks, and you'll see it in the picture, they're long hooks, and then there's bars down below. So they hooked it onto the original bar for hanging clothes, and then there's a bar down below. So that just saved me from having to use the the hooky thing that you have to raise clothes and hook them. So that was just a bit difficult for me. So I'll post a picture so you can see the example. And it seems like they're not too expensive either. So I don't know what they're called, but I'll look it up. So those are the 10 items I had, the 10 frustrations. So if you're living with family or your spouse, or just have them also know about your frustrations and see if you can brainstorm or if you can kind of use the process, because that's why this series is called Heart and Mind, because sometimes you need to think through, the frustration and how can you make it better for you. So I don't want to make the videos too long, but those are my 10 frustrations. You might have different frustrations. So take your time, think it through, see how you can solve it. And then get back to us in terms of what worked, and post it down below so that others might benefit. And so that would be awesome. So like the video so we can spread it around and for others to benefit. And I'll make sure I post the pictures and the apps, so you can, the links to the apps. All right, take care, and hope all is well for all of you. Get outside, it's beautiful, trees are blooming, and the weather is great, at least here in the Midwest. All right, take care, bye-bye.